very prudent that you have a dedicated folder for your NSSF business. Let's call this particular business, let's say, startup. Okay, have a dedicated folder for your NSSF compliance documents. We'll name another folder there NSSF, because there's also NHIF that you have to file. So we create a new Excel worksheet and we call it startup. Sorry. Now, because every month you have to file for the returns, you're going to date this one. Let's say we are filing for December 2023. Then you open the Excel. Now the Excel is normally the hardest part. Once you get through the Excel, the others are very easy. Now the NSSF Excel normally has 8 columns that you have to fill. Now what you do, the new Excel, you ensure that you have only one sheet here. Having multiple sheets will make it get rejected. So the first column, on the very first row, we write payroll. The second one, write surname. The third one, other names. The fourth one, ID. Fifth one, KRA PIN. The other one, NSSF number. Gross pay. Then there's the voluntary contribution. Now, normally when you have this Excel, it's prudent for you to select this way and double click over here so that the columns expand to fit the text. Now NSSF normally doesn't care about the payroll number, so you can leave it blank or fill it in. Now the surname, it's very crucial that once you start hiring employees, you require them to bring their NSSF ID. This is because some surnames that are in your national ID, when someone was registering the NSSF, they gave another name as a surname. These are common errors. So if you want really to succeed in this, just take the NSSF ID and use the surname as indicated in the NSSF ID. In our case, we can just give random names, like let's say someone is called that way. Now other names, you can just write any other name. 1 or 2 is okay, doesn't matter. We have 3 people. Now ID, if it's not necessary, but if you have to write it, ensure you select the ID, KRA PIN and NSSF number, these boxes, and change them to text format. Now the reason why we do this is because if it is not in text format, and let's say someone's ID number starts with 0 to like that, when you click enter, the 0 will disappear, meaning that is not the individual's ID number, and therefore NSSF will reject it. So to avoid such errors, just ensure that you convert this to text. For instance, let's say this, we have written it in text format, and now we write that ID starting with 0. See, the 0 is maintained, so that is the correct way. Otherwise, just leave the ID and KRA PIN blank. NSSF number, you have to write it as it is in the NSSF ID. That is why you have to require your new employees to have the NSSF ID brought to you. Now here we can just just get an ID. Doesn't matter. I'm just trying not to write someone's particular ID over here. Now gross pay. Uh, in the gross pay section, you have to write the amount of money that you are actually paying that employee, so that NSSF can calculate the amount that should be deducted from the particular employee. Now, as you know, the new rates are in effect. So therefore, anyone earning above 18,000 will have to pay 2160. 18,000 and above, and if it's 18,000 and below, for planning purposes, you can be able to find out how much to deduct that particular employee. Let's say the employee is earning 6,000 a month. It is in this particular situation where you just use the basic mathematics that we have learned growing up. If 18,000 is 2160, what about 6,000? So is equals to 6,000 times 2160 divided by 18,000. So that particular individual will be deducted 720. And this 720 will comprise 360 from the employer, 360 from the employee. Now, with that out of the way, let us give these people a salary. Voluntary contributions, this is whereby an individual wants to pay an amount over and above the required amount. Like, let's say this individual is earning 15,000. He's required to pay 1,800, meaning 900 by the employer, 900 by the employee. Now, let's say this individual wants to add an additional 1,000. The employer will deduct the 1,000 and it will be written there, and it will reflect in the employee's member statements. And that being said, that is how you do that, and this is normally the most difficult part. So in the gross pay, one reminder is that if there are decimals in the gross pay, just get rid of them. This will cause your Excel file to be rejected by NSSF. So your file is now ready for uploading. And you're just going to upload it in just a minute. Let's save that. As an example, we are going to take this Excel format that we have for a company known as EDML. Now we have left out the payroll number, ID number, career pin, because as we discussed, they are unnecessary. Now the first thing we do, we get to payroll converter. Let's delete this period that is over here. Now when you get to payroll converter, the first thing that you do, you go to create payroll period. Then you're filing for, let's say currently we're filing for November. You click regular employees, tier 1 and 2. Then you click OK. upload. You choose the file. Our file is here. We have this one. Obviously I haven't edited the name, but that's the Excel file. Written October, but it's November. It's for November, that is. This is just illustration purposes. Now you continue clicking until it accepts. Then what you do is you upload the produced SF24. Now you go to the submission check submission. You click again. Then you see the state is written to be submitted. Then you click submission. What you do from here, you go to payment order. We have created for this month. You drag and drop there. Now you can pay through M-Pesa, RTGS or EFT or cash deposits or direct check deposits. Now for our case, let's say we want to use M-Pesa. The bank code for M-Pesa is 0, but for all other items written over here, it's 1. So after you do that, you just come here and save over here. And that's how you file NSSF returns. After you save here, a payment order will be generated and you will be able to pay using that. Thank you very much.